For the current fiscal year that ends in June, Wisconsin is in the hole $145 million. To fix it, Governor Walker is proposing some dramatic changes to state employee unions and their ability to collectively bargain for items other than wages.
We have both an economic and fiscal crisis in the state. When it comes to the fiscal crisis, the reality is that we have to get this current budget, the soon-to-be forthcoming budget, and budgets for decades to come in line. We can no longer kick the can to the future. That's just unacceptable.
Under Walker's plan, unions could no longer negotiate for anything but salary and wages. Also, employees would have to contribute half of the state's 5.8% contribution to their pensions and pay 12.5% of their health care premiums. Walker argues these changes bring state employees more in line with the compensation provided in the private sector. The governor further says without these changes, drastic cuts to state employment and services would be necessary.
The alternative in this budget alone in fiscal year 2011 is to look at 1,500 layoffs of state employees, or up to 200,000, close to 200,000 children who would be bumped off of Medicaid-related programs. In the next biennium, if we were failed to make these changes, it would be the equivalent of anywhere from 5,500 to 6,000 state employees that would have to be laid off, and a similar number, an equivalent number of local government employees in both municipalities, counties, as well as teachers and others in school districts. I, for one, don't want to see anybody laid off in the state of Wisconsin.
Walker has taken heat for not negotiating a new contract with state workers since he took office, after state Democrats scuttled an earlier agreement last December.
Good faith negotiation requires a give and take. We are broke in this state. We've been broke for years. People have ignored that for years, and it's about time somebody stood up and told the truth. The truth is we don't have money to offer. We don't have finances to offer. This is what we have to offer. And if you're going to negotiate, you got to have something to offer. We don't have something.
Walker wants the legislature to vote on his budget repair bill early next week. However, opponents say they've been blindsided.
And putting it in the regular budget will give the state of Wisconsin and us more time to talk about it, deliberate a little bit more, have probably a much stronger debate over it as opposed to just doing this in a week and getting it done.
There's a right for people to organize, in my opinion. And I think it's outrageous, the governor's dictatorial comments to date.
Governor Walker says no one should be surprised by his proposal.
I think anybody who's watched me over the years, I was in previous office, and in the time I've campaigned, knows pretty simple. I identify the problem, I tell you what I think the solution is, and then I do it. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Well, I think the governor's comments were right on line with what we're seeing. If we don't make these changes to local government and their ability to handle the cost of pension benefits, health care, there's no way we can really address the problems that we have either as a state or at local level. So I think the governor's remarks are really leading to what the main issues that we've got to deal with to get our budgets under control.
As he outlined his proposed changes, Walker emphasized he has the utmost respect for state workers, and these proposed changes would help keep more of them employed.
We have good and decent people who work in state and local government, true public servants, professionals out there. There may be others who hear what we talk about today who will try and somehow take that out of context. But the bottom line is I have great respect for the men and women who work as public servants at the state and the local level here in the state of Wisconsin.
Also Friday morning, the state sent a letter to the unions that their current contract extensions would be canceled on March 13th. They had been working with a current contract since 2009. For the MacIver Institute, I'm Bill Osmulski.